Hey guys, Josie here. So it is finally here, post Monza. The silly season can begin and we can start to speculate on who is going where. So, we're pretty much sorted at the top of the grid. It's more than likely going to be that Bottas stays with Mercedes, Hamilton's contracted in, Ferrari, Red Bull, yada yada yada. Contracted in. The main thing that's come about this weekend is the news that Carlos Sainz has signed with Renault for 2018 and his contract actually comes into play for Malaysia for this year, which is making for a really interesting few weeks. There hasn't been any official announcement from the likes of Red Bull, Toro Rosso, Sainz or either of the Renault boys. It hasn't even been announced on who Sainz is going to be replacing, but we all kind of know, without naming names, who is going to be getting the heave-ho and who is going to be Sainz's teammate. So I actually feel a little bit sorry for Sainz in this entire situation because he is being used as the sweetener for this entire deal of Toro Rosso ending their contract with Renault early. So Renault has pretty much turned around and gone, fine, you give us your best driver and we'll terminate the contract. Hey ho. But this has started off a domino effect. So Sainz going to Renault leaves a Renault power unit open to another team, aka the likes of McLaren, who are currently in the divorce proceedings with Honda. This means, obviously, post Sauber deciding that they're not going to have this Honda power unit, they're going to go with their Ferrari's old engine. This obviously leaves Toro Rosso open for having the Honda one and for McLaren to have a Renault, which would mean that they are far more likely to be competitive and to actually be able to finish a race. Not beat around the bush, finish a race, not have to start from the 3 cities back. I mean, Monza, they might as well. Monaco, they might as well have just not even been there. It is ridiculous. So this leaves McLaren open to having a nice actual working engine and power unit, and this now leaves Toro Rosso open to putting Gasly in the free seat, so actually giving one of their junior drivers an F1 seat instead of fobbing them off onto some other series. And you gotta look at the cons of this situation, because now you're gonna have a passionate Russian, you're gonna have a passionate Frenchman and an engine that doesn't work. Oh, you've opened up a can of worms, Toro Rosso. I think you have the raw end of this deal. So you pretty much got what can only be described as chaos that's going to be going on in Toro Rosso, and we're now going to get to see Sainz in looking like a bumblebee for next year. But then we're going to have possibly a bit of movement at the end of the grid as well. If McLaren do get this Renault unit, then hey, we might keep Fernando. Who knows? Might have a bit more competition between the Spaniards, who, their bromance, man. The bromance is amazing. But then there is the whole thing with Sauber and Ferrari wanting that as their junior team. What is going to happen with Sauber? Do they keep the Swedish backing that they've got, which means they have to keep Ericsson, or do Ferrari just kind of come in, take over what is going on with them, which probably means that Ericsson and Verline are just going to go out the door? And do they put Leclerc and Giovinazzi into the seat, or are we just going to stick with what we've got? Are we literally going to have the movement of Sainz to Renault and Gasly into his seat? Is that the movement we're going to have? If that's the movement we're going to have, then this silly season's going to be pretty crap. And I'm not for this. But at the minute, the main thing we are kind of looking at overall is the fact that we're actually going to have Carlos Sainz in a competitive seat, in a Renault seat, which you've got to admit, that car's actually quite good. It's just, well, they have issues with their drivers. With one of their drivers, I should say. Let's not just tar them both with the same brush. Either way, it is shaping up to be a really, really interesting couple of weeks. I mean, Singapore next weekend is going to be a high pressure race to prove that you're actually supposed to have this seat. And honestly, I think it's too late for some drivers. But who knows? Anything can happen on a street circuit. But for now, I'm going to sign off. I am in London next weekend, so I will be uploading a video. Plus, I'm really crap at uploading videos. Don't know what happened to my voice there. Uploading videos. For now, though, I am going to sign off. If you don't already, subscribe. If you like my video, drop me a like. Who do you think should be in what seats for next year? What do you think should happen with Sauber? Who do you think should have the Williams seat? Do you think Massa's going to retire? I don't know. I honestly don't know. So it's all up in the air for me. But for now, I'm going to go. If you don't already, follow me on Twitter, on Instagram. I'll put my Snapchat down there. I don't really post much interesting stuff on Snapchat. It's mostly my face and my cats. Occasionally I post pictures of dogs at work, and if I'm in London it'll probably be pictures of dogs I see on the street, because dogs are cool. But for now, ciao!